Earlier this week, I posted a video about how I'm breaking in a new pair of mountaineering boots. And I said if your boots are uncomfortable or they hurt your feet, the best way to break them in is just to walk and to start by walking around your block, around your neighborhood, wear them on your daily walks, and then slowly progress to wearing them for longer periods of time over more difficult terrain. Well, a lot of you are very concerned for the health, safety, and comfort of my feet because I was blown away in my DMs and in my inbox with so many people saying, "Hey, Rebecca, why are you hiking? Why are you wearing boots that are uncomfortable?" So I just want to set the record straight. First, I need to tell you how shoes and boots are manufactured. So as you can see, I own a ski shop, I own an outdoor retail store, and so I've tried a lot of boots and shoes. Boots and shoes are made in a factory. That boot, that shoe, it goes right into a mold. And that mold is not designed to fit every single foot. Your feet are unique. They're special. That's why one brand of boots may fit you differently than another brand of boots because they're using different molds. The other thing that's important to note is that different boots and shoes require different break-in. So unless you can afford to have a custom-made pair of boots, you're buying the factory model right off the floor. So when you buy that boot or that shoe, it should be comfortable when you leave the store. The boots that I'm trying to break in right now were super comfortable when I bought them. And honestly, they're very comfortable for like the first mile, first 2 miles that I wear them, and then they become uncomfortable. Should a shoe or a lightweight hiking boot feel good on your feet right out of the box? Absolutely. And that's because the material that's being used for those boots and shoes is softer and it's more lightweight. Right now, I'm trying to break in a heavy, beefy, burly four-season mountaineering boot. I am not trying to break in like a nice little lightweight hiker that I'm going to wear on day hikes. No, this is a burly mountaineering boot because I'm going to go on some pretty big expeditions this year, both with our Hike Like a Woman community and then some on my own too. So I am breaking in a mountaineering boot. So these boots are heavy, they're stiff, they're extremely durable, extremely rugged. And if you can show me a stiff, beefy mountaineering boot that you don't have to break in, I'll give you a kiss on the cheek right now. And I actually really like these mountaineering boots because they have this cool rocker system. So as you're going over uneven terrain, rocky terrain, they kind of propel your foot forward. And I think once they're broken in, they're going to be amazing. And I'm going to be able to wear these boots for a long, long time and get a lot of expeditions out of them. The second reason that I'm continuing to wear a boot that's a little bit uncomfortable because I'm trying to break it in is because boots cost money. These are an expensive mountaineering boot. I don't want to throw them in the garbage. That's like throwing away $400 plus filling up the landfill, and I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to continue to do is wear these boots on nice little walks around my neighborhood, and I'm going to progress the length of time that I'm wearing them. I'm going to gradually increase the terrain, and they're going to feel great in just a few more weeks. But a few other things that I'm looking at doing are getting some custom insoles made for the boot. I also can do a heat mold on these boots. So I can throw them in a heat molder and I can heat up that leather and then I can wear them on a hike and it's gonna gradually fit my foot just a little bit better. You know, when I was a young soldier in the Army, when I went to basic training, I was issued 2 pairs of heavy black all leather hiking boots. It was the summer at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. It was hot and my feet were not acclimated to wearing boots all the time. And it took a few weeks to really get both of those pairs of boots feeling good on my feet. During basic training, my boots were actually more comfortable than the running shoes that I was issued. And as I've been thinking about like that experience at basic training, with my new boots, it's kind of come back to me as I've been breaking in a pair of boots for the first time in a long time. And I realized that maybe it's not the boot that I'm breaking in. Maybe it's actually me strengthening and conditioning my foot. So maybe we don't break in boots. Maybe We just strengthen our feet. And that's so interesting to think about, because a lot of times when I guide women on backpacking trips, someone will show up with a pair of boots that they've worn on day hikes, but all of a sudden we're adding weight from our backpack, 35, 40 pounds, and we're adding different terrain, and we're adding some moisture from rain or from water crossings on the trails, and then people really struggle with foot problems. And I used to just say, like, break in your boots, break in your boots, break in your boots, wear your boots, wear them ahead of time so you're ready. So maybe it's not trying to break in your boot or condition your foot. Maybe it's actually trying to replicate what we're going to be experiencing on those big, hard, difficult, challenging multi-day hikes. Maybe it's trying to replicate that a little bit at a time so we're ready for the next big adventure. Just a quick recap. So first, when you go shopping for a pair of new boots or shoes, if they're not comfortable when you leave the store, they're never going to be comfortable. But if you're buying a really stiff, heavy, burly, beefy boot, it's not going to feel like a soft, squishy running shoe. And you're going to need to spend some time wearing that boot around town, and then wearing that boot on hikes. And eventually that boot is going to feel really good on your foot for those longer, more difficult hikes. Thank you so much for being concerned for my feet. They are good. Thank you for all of the boot and shoe recommendations. I am feeling pretty confident with the boot that I have chosen for my big expeditions. And I am breaking in a pair of boots right now. I am conditioning my feet and my body, and that's important. So thanks so much. I'll see you next Friday.